What's going on, guys? It's Wilson and Glenn. We're back on the Function Powersports YouTube, and we are up here at Hamilton's North Course Adventure in the UP of Michigan, putting some machines to the test. Make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We're gonna put out a lot of content. You guys are gonna wanna see this. So this is one of 3 spotlights for 3 brand new Polaris machines. So Glenn, tell us a little bit about this machine.
So Steve is hooking us up with this all new 2022 Polaris RZR Pro Dynamix edition. So you might be wondering, what's that all mean? Well, basically this is the top of the line, all new RZR Pro that's got the self-leveling suspension. So you can't go wrong with that. This machine is an absolute beast. We're gonna go put it to the test, riding around the 1,000 acres here at the property. Then we're gonna hit some of the public trails, and we're running the all new Anthem off-road wheels. So we got the 15x7 bronze Rogues in a beadlock finish with that bronze, and then also paired up with some 30x10 R15 BFG KM3s. So really gonna put this machine to the test with a beefy off-road setup and see how it does.
Heck yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the drag racing that I'm gonna do in this thing.
Oh yeah.
Because I get to drive this one.
That it's up against a couple other machines that are pretty sweet too, so.
Yep. Oh,
heck yeah. Well, we'll get into it.
So this Spotlight is a 2022 Polaris RZR Pro XP with Dynamix suspension. So I've actually been driving this one all yesterday. I'm driving it all today. This one is, it's got the pick up and go. It's got all the power that I need. It's super comfortable. The Dynamix suspension is awesome. So we've been crawling through, whether it was rocks, whether it was mud. I mean, we're not really rocking a ton. We're just kind of rolling over. So this thing is really dope when it comes to that dynamic suspension. So I really have enjoyed that. It's got the ride command, so front and rear cameras. It has a Rockford Fosgate 2-speaker system in it. And we were noticing, like when we were riding, helmets on, we're playing, full, kind of wide open, and we can sit there and hear music. So that's kind of a big thing. A lot of systems that you can get, they don't have, the audio system doesn't keep up with the rest of it, with the noises and the helmets and everything. This one does, so really impressed with the Rockford Fosgate system on this one. Like we said, this one's muddy, right? We've been using it all day, that's what's gonna happen. But the seats are super comfortable. You sit up a little bit higher than some other side-by-sides that I've been in. So I really do enjoy that. You're not like peering to look over the dash, you're not just stooped way low. So you have full range of vision in this one, which is nice. Got tons of compartments for storing stuff. It's got the storage rack in the back, so you can throw things down, tie things down. I know that there's probably some accessories and stuff that you can add, whether it's if you want to get like a cooler or anything like that. That's gonna be the cargo box for you there. So like I said, this is the machine that I've been driving, so I think I have a special affinity to really like it because it's kind of been doing everything that I want, and it's the sportier, faster machine, so that's been my favorite. I'm a speed guy, so I mean this is really making me contemplate wanting to buy one of these, that's for sure. This thing's set up exactly like you would expect it to be, like a race machine, right? So this thing it's got the longer travel suspension that self-levels while you're driving. I noticed it, so I've been driving this thing for the last, So I've been driving this thing for the last 2 days. It's kind of just been me handling it. So it's got tons of acceleration, obviously, so that this thing gets up and goes, no problem. It doesn't feel, it doesn't really walk a ton while you're at 60, 65, just ripping on the trails. But so the engine's got plenty of power for it. The seats, obviously, they're going to be more set up like a race bolstered seat, so they keep you in the seat. I never felt like I was, fixing to fall out. It does have this 4-point or the 6-point harness strap. So one thing that I do notice about this, it's not the comfiest seatbelt in the world. It's a little bit difficult to get in and out of. If you're stopping on the trail a bunch, getting in and out of it, not the greatest experience, as opposed to just like a lap belt, but you need the extra security and safety. One thing that it does do is that when you have it off, and it's sitting like that, and you've gotten out and you can't close your door, or you do grab a little bit of it and you close your door, and then it gets kind of caught on the door. So you kind of got to reach around and get it there. That's really my only downside with this seatbelt, is that I found myself every other time, you know, having to grab the seatbelt and redo it while everyone else is already leaving and I'm trying to get strapped in. That was kind of the one thing. This one does have ride command on it. So obviously the front and rear cameras, which is all really nice. Backing up, going forward. Since I don't have a rear view in this one, I just had the rear camera on all the time, so that was my rear view mirror. The KM3s did amazing out there. I mean, we hit from rock, you know, to dirt trails, to, you know, thick mud. I mean, they took all of it. I didn't feel like it really ever licked a beat or ever skipped a beat. They really just kind of ran through the mud, dirt, rock, everything. So definitely, again, I think a true testament to that tire that we always talk about, that KM3 kind of being that tire. I think this was a true testament, and being able to just drive on this setup for 2 days kind of solidifies that for me. But this machine is awesome. You know, you sit up a little bit higher. It's definitely a more sporty, aggressive ride. So it's not like super comfortable to the point, you know, if you put it in comfort on the Dynamix suspension, it definitely does ease up a bit. But, you know, driving some of the other machines that we drove this weekend, it's definitely the one that when you're wanting to run the machine, push it to the limits and, you know, and really rip, this is definitely the one that's set up to do that. So big fan of it. I like going fast. I like fast stuff. So this definitely is set up for me.
All right, guys, so you've seen the 2022 Polaris RZR Pro, and we got the Pro Driver. Oh wait, I didn't mean to say that. The RZR Pro Driver, no. Wilson right here.
Pro Driver, definitely Pro Driver.
Wilson, let the viewers know what the experience was like ripping this brand new machine out on the trails, taking it on some gnarly adventures over the last 2 days.
I mean, it's been an absolute blast. I mean, you know, for me, someone who, who loves speed, loves going fast, I think that was definitely the machine that I was meant to be driving in, because it was everything I gave at it, whether it was throttle response, whether it was, you know, just a full 65, 70 mile an hour book. It felt great. It didn't wobble, didn't have anything. The dynamic suspension, I could be hitting stuff so fast and I come up on like a big pothole and it's just whoop, right over.
Yep.
I mean, it was definitely a blast to drive there.
Heck yeah. I mean, I can't really say a whole lot because I've been eating the dust from this machine for the last 80 miles over the last day. You know, just I was following the group with the ATV.
Yep.
Wasn't as cool as the Polaris.
ATV's in back. Yeah. Right. But that's, I mean, essentially that was my thing for this. You know, it really was, I think it truly is their sport machine, right? That's what that Pro XP.
Pure sport.
Yeah, it is pure sport. I mean, this thing is, it handles the way you want it to. It accelerates the way you want it to. We threw it in the mud. We threw it on rocks. We climbed hills. We did everything. It never skipped a beat. It was sitting on 15x7 Anthem Rogue beadlocks in bronze with a BFG KM3 tire. Yep. And like I said, it didn't skip a beat. That BFG KM3 tire held up great. It is truly an all-terrain tire. The beadlocks never slipped, and we had some things thrown at them. I think I smashed rocks against it a couple times.
Wilson went down this little ravine and the machine just right into a boulder. I'm like, well, there goes that nice new wheel. And it held up great.
It did, yeah. And there was a couple of times whenever I was driving and we were in a ravine that was on a bank and I was probably this far from the ground and I'm like, well, this is about where we're gonna go over. And then it just pulled us right back out. So it was definitely a great experience to drive that machine, you know, and being able to just come up here and drive a brand new machine, right? Because that machine's what, 35, 40 grand for that machine?
I did 30 plus, you know,
I mean,
depending on the dealer's price. And the fact that we rip these things on brand new belts, 0 mile machines.
Yes.
Like Steve Hamilton, huge shout out to you holding these machines for us. Cause you know, we even had to do the belt break in day one. Yep. And today was a little more aggressive for trail riding, so. But
it was definitely awesome to be able to say, this is what the brand new machine is coming out and feeling like. I mean, like we said, it was after just a quick and easy proper belt break in, right? Yep. We ripped them. And they held up to every bit of it. And it was awesome that we could just come up here for the day. They're his machines. They're his problems when things go wrong, not mine. I just get to rip it. And so it's an awesome place like this up here at Hamilton's North Coast Adventures that we can do something like that. And obviously we can bring you guys the info about those new machines as they came out. So yeah, I mean, that kind of wraps up my spotlight on the RZR Pro XP. You know, make sure to like the video, hit the subscribe button. And we've got actually a general spotlight coming up and then a Ranger spotlight coming up after that. So make sure to stay tuned and subscribe to the channel to see that. Peace.
Peace.